Sooner or later, the humans are going to find us up here.
You should have known this day was coming.
Are we supposed to follow our king and remain as silent as he is? We need to go to Earth now. We've been hiding here too long. Let's go to our rightful home. If we were on Earth, we would have a glorious planet to live on, thrive on.
You're talking about betraying your brother. You're talking about treason.
You're blind to his intentions. Right or wrong, he's dangerous.
What I'm talking about is freedom. Freedom for all Inhumans. Are you going to use your voice to kill your only brother? Stop it!
What the?
We will not let anyone or anything stop us. We will create our destiny. Nothing can keep us from being free.
Hey everybody, new Inhumans, we finally got some finished special effects. This looks quite a bit different from the leaked version of the trailer that dropped a while ago. So there's a new round of the Spider-Man tickets giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video. So like it says, September 1st, you can go see the first 2 episodes in IMAX back-to-back. Then they'll re-air them on September 29th back-to-back, and then every episode after that will be on Friday nights at 9 p.m. So that's when my videos will post. I'm expecting them to bring the show to Comic-Con and do another presentation with different footage with Marvel TV. Now that includes all the Netflix stuff too. So let's just go through this shot by shot because they recut the last version. If you remember the leaked version, it was actually like a different cut. They didn't have finished special effects, and Lockjaw hadn't been finished either. So each of the Inhumans has a little bit more of their power that they show off. But I like the new way that they cut this, where they shoot from Earth to the moon to Black Bolt to his voice. So they just want you to focus on his power, and they finally unleash it at the end where he's basically just breathing out. So it makes more sense when he's flipping that car. The last time we saw it, you couldn't really tell because he does have super strength. He's not a mutant, but he's one of those Omega level people in the Marvel Universe. He's part of the Illuminati, so he's one of the most powerful people in the Marvel Comics. But just to give you an idea of him compared to Thanos, just how powerful Thanos is without the Infinity Gauntlet, he was able to soak a full scream from Black Bolt at point blank range. So that's how powerful Thanos is. But we'll see how the series deals with Black Bolt's other powers, because he does need Lockjaw to teleport to Earth. But when he's wearing his regular costume from the comics with the wings, he can actually use it to fly. Like, he glides around because of the wings, but he has the ability to turn his sonic scream into this energy field that gives him the ability to fly. But he has a bunch of other abilities based on his ability to channel energy through his vocal cords. In the comic book, tuning fork on his helmet just helps him focus that. So he's not wearing it in the trailer. We'll see if he gets it over the course of the series, because they did that with the Defenders. Like, you see all the characters. Daredevil didn't get his costume to the end of his series. I would say Luke Cage is wearing his costume, but it's just a yellow t-shirt. Danny Rand is like another one of those characters that's working up to the comic book cowl. So if you're wondering why it doesn't look exactly like the comic book costume, that's my understanding right now. So they'll probably change it in subsequent seasons if they don't change it by the end of the first season. But it's a pretty simple narrative for the pilot episode as they spell it out. Maximus is tired of living in hiding. He wants to go live on the Earth because the Inhumans are basically a Kree experiment. The Kree abandoned them, but they were made for the Kree-Skrull War. The Kree decided to go in a different direction, so they just bailed. So like when you see the writing on the throne there, that actually might be the Kree writing that you also saw on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in Season 2. They've already spent a lot of time on Inhumans on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so now would be a good time to go back and rewatch starting with Season 2 going through Season 5. They did the Ward Hive character last season, not this past season with Ghost Rider, but the season before that. He was one of the earliest Inhuman experiments, so they banished him to another planet when he became too powerful, but his power was to control other Inhumans. He had spores that he would infect people with. But the way they explained that is that he was ancient, sort of the beginning of Hydra. They actually tied it to the origin of the Hydra organization, where they were formed as a sort of cult around his coming again. So Hydra was made to prepare the Earth for the coming of Hive. The way they explain it now, especially because they have all that Captain America Hydra stuff going on in the comics, is that it's an ancient organization that was co-opted by the Red Skull. But I'm not expecting them to touch any of that with Inhumans here, because this is a classic royal family. The whole reason they did that on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was because they were waiting to see what they were going to do with this property. It was still going to be a film, then it became a TV series. So when we get to those episodes, I'll remind everybody about the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Inhumans stuff that they've already done so far. But all the Inhumans that you're seeing on the TV show here are classic Inhumans. You get to see Gorgon's stomp ability. It looks like Maximus is taking over the Genetics Council here. They're sort of the ruling council of Atalan because their powers are all about their genetics, but they're the ones that determine who get to take in the Terrigen Mist. And I'm surprised that we actually don't see any of the Terrigen Chambers. They'll probably show it in the next big preview. There are a couple really critical pieces of the mythology that you don't see in this, and the Terrigen Chamber, Terrigen Crystals is just one of those things. So part of the fun of the Inhumans is in watching people get their powers. So they'll probably either do a pre-credit sequence or you'll see somebody get their powers through the course of the episode. But we get a better shot at Crystal. She's basically the Korra of the Inhumans. She can control the elements. Better shot at Karnak with the tattoos. He's one of the few Inhumans that has not gone through the Terrigen Mist. So he's just a total badass that can see the weaknesses and the flaws and everything. There's a better shot at Triton with Crystal. His power is just basically aquatic. He can live underwater. Then the only other real thing that they don't show in this is the human characters that they meet while they're on Earth. So they have announced that Desmond from Lost is going to be a geneticist on the show. He'll be a human character that'll probably be something of an audience surrogate where he'll explain how some of their powers work, because the idea of genetics is just so important for the Inhumans. Like, you're humans, but you're also Kree experiment. You've unlocked all these abilities. So let me know what you guys think about this. This is really just preliminary. There's so much that they don't show in this. They don't show you any of Maximus's powers. He is a super genius. So you have to imagine a crazy genius version of Ramsay Bolton. So he is called Maximus the Mad for a reason. It'll be really fun to see him go off the rails. I don't know how crazy they're going to get in the first episode, but there are 8 episodes total. If it goes really well, they might up that to 13 for season 2. But like we said in the past, they'll air all 8 episodes this fall up to like December. And then in January or February, they'll start Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 5, or Agents of S.W.O.R.D., however you want to think about it. They're in outer space now. It's going to be a lot of fun. But what'll happen is there's new Game of Thrones that I'll post later today. And then tonight, a bunch of Rick and Morty surprise stuff is happening. So whatever it is, I'll totally do a video for it. But if you have any special Inhumans video requests, leave them in the comments below. Congratulations to the big screen. You're the latest giveaway winner. Please private message me so I can get your contact details. You can click here for my non-spoilery Spider-Man Homecoming review, and you can click here for a brand new Infinity War promo and explainer for Spider-Man in Phase 4. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.